Absolutely not. If it hadn't been for Gary's lawyer, she wouldn't have been able to keep Gary here for the 10 years that it took to actually get a good result in the end. And we had to go and have appeal after appeal. But basically, no one who hasn't got money, if the cuts go ahead, will be able to get expert representation. I mean, legal aid solicitors haven't had an increase in fees for 15 years. That's a reality. So that is basically cuts. Also, the money that is quoted, the 20% VAT is part of that, the disbursements for people that do research. It also is a culmination of the fees for perhaps cases that have gone on for 3 years. And if the barristers actually win, they pay back the legal aid. But the most disturbing thing is recently a judge actually came out and said, told clients in November or December that be prepared to represent yourself because the QCs are refusing to do it because the cut is massive.
You see, Janis, I hear what you're saying, but so far this morning there's not a lot of sympathy for what you're saying. You've had your own personal experience, but you see, a lot of people would actually regard what you, if I can put it this way, has cost the public purse as the sort of expenditure that they want to cut back on. But then again, they're not in your shoes.
Exactly. If someone is in a car crash, if someone's relative is in a care home and perhaps been abused, they have to go to a solicitor to make a case. You have to go to a solicitor to get an appeal. So everybody at one time in their life is likely to be faced with some sort of legal scenario. So it really applies to all. And if all the little ones close up, which is actually what they believe is going to happen if the further cuts go ahead, it's already been cut to the bone, legal aid.
Well, they're looking now to slash 220 million from the legal aid budget by 2018-2019 as well. But it would be wrong, would it not, to assume that all this money just goes to lawyers?
That's right, because actually you have expert witnesses. You also have the barristers have to pay disbursements for various things that they get done and research that get done and to other barristers in the case. And also, they work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and even a minute after 12 o'clock midnight New Year's Eve, they were in touch with us. But you need the best. If you're up against the powerful, you need the best.
Well, the Ministry of Justice says this still will be the best. They say that it's vital to scale this back because it is the most expensive such system in the world. But even after that, they say this will remain very generous as a scheme, even after the changes.
Well, actually, Spain is more expensive than us. We're actually about 9th in Europe as far as expense goes for legal, so that's not quite the case. And you wouldn't get the best. The top QCs and top barristers are refusing to take cases that are going to take lengthy process.
Well, you're a very good advocate for them. You should consider being a barrister
No, thank you.
Something like that.
No, thank you.
So tell me, just before I say goodbye to you, what about Gary? Are you keeping him away from computers? How's he doing?
No, Gary would never do anything like that ever again. He does use computers. He's actually doing some work for his solicitor and he's improved a lot. But he could have done something quite big with famous musicians recently, and he said, no, Mum, I'm not ready to do it.
He just needs time.
Yeah, he needs time, but nevertheless, the relief of having him here, knowing he's staying, is amazing.
Well, it's written all over your face, Janis. Thank you. It is
Thank
indeed.
you.
Keep smiling. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Janis Sharp there.